You're going to have a decision to make, folks. You're going to have a decision to make. Are you going to take the shot, baby? The flu shot. Believe me, I haven't seen nothing yet. Wait till this big media scare happens. Wait till the scare happens. Next global pandemic, drug-resistant tuberculosis. That's coming down. That's a headline from Associated Press. You're not going to hear about this. This is the point. Watch this. You got the Financial Times magazine. Remember I told you that drug companies have no interest in health. Drug companies have no interest in keeping you healthy. It's all about money. That's why the Financial Times covers pharmaceutical industry and what goes on, because they're all publicly traded companies. And the people buying stock in these companies have an interest. Has nothing to do with health. So here we say, Financial Times, headline, drug groups to reap swine flu billions. Some of the world's leading pharmaceutical companies are reaping billions of dollars in extra revenue and profits amid the global concern about the spread of swine flu. If tuberculosis is added to the mix, these pharmaceutical companies will probably make an additional $100 billion in profits. Analysts expect to see a boost in sales from GlaxoSmithKline, Roche, Sanofi when the companies report first-half earnings lifted by government contracts for flu vaccinations and antiviral medications. The new fresh sales, on top of strong results from Novartis of Switzerland and Baxter of the United States, which both also happen to produce vaccines, come as the latest tallies show that more than 740 people have died from the virus. I'm not laughing about the 740 people, but it's like, there's 740 people on planet Earth that died by catching the flu. Oh my God, quick, everyone needs to take the shot. Everyone needs to get the antiviral drugs. Did you hear me? 740 people died on planet Earth over the last 6 months from this flu. Get the shot out. Get the vaccines out. Do you understand yet? Have you figured this out yet? Well, this article goes on just to basically, it's all from a financial perspective. It's saying that these pharmaceutical companies have patents, they control and monopolize the industry, and that they're good investments. And they basically, this article in the Financial Times says, if there are continued epidemics or pandemics of viruses such as tuberculosis and swine flu, these companies are a good place to have your money invested because they own patents. And the governments have contracts with these companies, so these companies stand to make virtually hundreds of billions of dollars. That's what this whole article is about. It has nothing in it about the health of the citizenry. Nothing about health. Nothing about how the vaccines work or don't work. Nothing about how the antivirals work or don't work. Nothing at all. Well, let me tell you, they know that the vaccines don't work. Here we have headline news. Public health official in Canada needs no-fault compensation for people harmed by vaccine. A leading public health expert in Canada is calling for Canada to create a no-fault compensation program for the people who will be harmed by a swine flu vaccine that millions of Canadians will be urged by the government to get this fall. The Canadian research chair in the public health at the University of Ottawa said in an interview with Can West News Service that people will be exposed to a completely untested vaccine and that a compensation scheme is needed to encourage the public to buy into any mass immunization program. When the World Health Organization last month produced swine flu, or proclaimed swine flu, they actually produced it too. It was a Freudian slip, but it's true. The World Health Organization produced the swine flu, and then they proclaimed it as the first pandemic since 1968. Canada's chief public health officer said everyone should get the new flu shot when it becomes available, even though it's untested, and even though it's clear that hundreds of thousands or millions will be adversely affected by the shot. The more people that take the shot, the more people that take the shot, the better, he said. But the Public Health Agency of Canada has no plans to compensate the potentially hundreds of thousands of people who will be injured by the swine flu vaccine. This article is basically saying, look, the government knows that there's going to be hundreds of thousands of people that are going to be suing because they're going to have just like in 1976. The Canadian government has admitted, yes, hundreds of thousands of people are going to have permanent neurological damage and die by taking this swine flu vaccine. Yes, hundreds of thousands will become sterile and not be able to have children. Will have permanent brain damage. Will die. Will live miserable lives by taking this vaccine. Yes, we are admitting that. We are admitting it. We know they're going to be suing us. But we can't say they have no ability to sue because then nobody will take it and we want them to take it. We'll deal with the lawsuits later. Where in America, the opposite happened. In America, the United States government said already, they've said, Baxter, the pharmaceutical company making the poisonous vaccine, they've already made legislation that says, good news, we're going to make it, you're going to become immune to any lawsuits. So when the swine flu comes out, and when people are stupid enough to get the vaccine, and hundreds of thousands die and become neurologically damaged, those people will not be able to sue you, Baxter. We're going to make it so that you are immune from lawsuits. Why? Because in 1976, as reported on 60 Minutes, in 1979, which we just played that clip, the evidence was hundreds of thousands of people, if not millions, became permanently damaged by the untested swine flu shot that they gave in 1976, and they sued the government. What had the government done? The government said to the American citizens, pound sand. The United States government said to the American citizens, too bad. Folks, we have a constitution, we have a great government here, we have a great system here, but that system is being dismantled by the idiots that you elected and put in office. I did not vote for them. I can't vote. I'm a convicted felon. Don't blame me. But you did vote. Never vote for an incumbent. Never vote for a Democrat and never vote for a Republican. You need to replace the people that we're putting in office. They're not listening to you. They're not paying attention to you. You need to throw them out. This is Kevin Trudeau. Keep listening. KTRadionetwork.com.